out. He's got his man, and it's complete. And it's going to be all the way down to the 1-yard line. David Bonnie.
2nd and 9, handoff. That's to McEntee, and he's got some space. Comes back to the left, and no one in front of him. Danny McEntee on homecoming night has the first Eagles touchdown. Rivera out of the shotgun, keeps it himself, running straight down the middle, has blockers in front of him, and the end zone. Touchdown, El Segundo, Matthew Rivera.
Welcome into Hazeltine Field alongside Egidio Delu. I'm Tolly Anderson. You may notice soccer going on, but we are here to wrap up the football season 2017. The Eagles were overall 8-3. Egidio, how would you grade their season?
I definitely got to give them a B+, maybe even an A-, just because, not based off their record or what they actually done win-loss wise, because they came in with a lot of question marks coming into the season. Lost a lot of seniors last year, and they had a quarterback starting that never started at the varsity level before. They had the questionable defense, all those guys underclassmen. They had the offensive line, only 2 starters from last year coming back. So a lot of question marks on this team. I think they overachieved. They defeated their rival Miracosta. They made the playoffs. I think it was a good season overall for the El Segundo Eagles.
And I was told that you spoke with Coach Shevlin. Let's see what that was all about.
Here joining me is Coach Shevlin after wrapping up his 24th season as the head coach of the El Segundo Eagles. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
So 24 seasons in the book. How do you evaluate this past season for you?
This season was really pretty special. We had a big season last few years, and this season was kind of a season of unwritten players. We didn't know what to expect. I really liked their attitude. We had a great summer, and the seniors really took it to heart. Really played hard, smart, fun group to coach, and a little bit of a surprise with the success of the season this year. Made it a very special, season record-wise, but a really special season to coach. This is the last group of kids I've grown up with my son CJ graduated last year, so this is kind of that last group of kids I've seen from Little League and Pop Warner, kind of working its way through. And it was fun to see them go out on top, have a great season, and get after it.
Yeah, 8-2, a playoff in the first round there against El Medina High School. That was a tough game. They had some big boys up front on the O-line. How do you think you guys matched up in that game?
I really thought we matched up well. It was a tough draw. They went in as a 2 seed, and I thought we would fare a little better in the initial drawings. But we knew that we would be able to play with them. We needed a couple breaks to make a run. We kept the game close up to halftime. They're talented. They're in the CIF finals this week. So excited for the kids. I thought we played exceptionally well on the offensive side of the ball. And defensively, if they could run effectively against us, which they were able to, it kind of really opened up their play action where we got hurt a little bit. But couldn't be happy with their effort. I was really pleased with the season. And, you just get ready to move on to next year.
Yeah, you said you surprised a lot of people. You definitely did that. There was a lot of question marks going into this season with all those seniors graduating. Who was going to step up? You had a quarterback in Matthew Romero that never started at the varsity level, and he not only started, but he did a terrific job carrying the offense and carrying this team. How do you think he played this season for you guys?
Oh, I think he was, more than anything, was the linchpin to our success this year. I knew going in he was going to be our guy. I knew that from his sophomore year on. And he's coming in and out of baseball season, and it's always tough to transition. So when you're transitioning and you're new to the position and you're going to be the everyday player, it's a big learning curve for you to pick up. And Matt really transitioned well week to week, where he really found his comfort zone. He really started to take advantage of his legs and his speed, but his arm strength and his reads just became impeccable. And I think that's what really took our season to the next level. And having him as a junior, to be able to do this as a junior is really fun when you look to next year. But he works hard. He's got a big arm. He's passionate with the guys on the team, and he's very coachable on the field. So it's really fun to be around him, and we're looking forward to big things next year with him.
Yeah, one thing that surprised me about his game, obviously I've seen him throw a little bit before the season started. You definitely could see he had the big arm, but his mobility, how he can get away and at the right times to know when to run and know when to go down for such a young quarterback without that varsity experience was tremendous. What does he need to do specifically in the offseason to take that next level next year?
I've talked to him about trying to get out to some camps and get himself seen. He's interested in playing at the next level. He's certainly got the size and the arm strength and the speed. So now it's about refining his skill set. Finishing on some of the throws, getting a little bit quicker at anticipating the reads and the dynamics of our offense, what we're doing, and then bringing the other guys along. Now he's the veteran, so he's got a young squad behind him. But he's going to have to lead. There's some real talented kids coming up. but now he's the veteran guy that's going to have to pull them together like he was brought up with those veterans from this year's team.
Now, I'm looking forward to next year. I know it's still a long ways to go, but it'll be here by the time we know it.
Fast.
What's the game plan in the off season for the team overall? Weight training, trying to get some drills going. What do you guys do to prepare for 2018?
Well, you know, right now we tend to take most of this time off up through Christmas. When we get back after Christmas, we'll start the weight training program. We start our 6 a.m. workouts, and that's kind of a testament to the kids and their desire to want to be a part of what we're doing. And then that'll lead into springtime, and then that leads into the summer program, which is all the passing leagues and the weight training and the kind of lifting competitions we go to in the 7-on-7. So, like you said, a lot of talent coming back, a lot of young talent, and we're looking forward to it. Obviously, Gunnar Rogers is going to be a big clog for us on the offensive line. Jess Caravello this year was kind of the guy. Gunnar's that guy next year. And it's a young, unproven defense again. But offensively, I think we're going to be a team to watch with Matt at the helm.
Coach, and this one last thing, it's more of a statement than a question. I followed you guys for about 4 seasons now. I was here with Lars Newbar, then the year after that when you guys missed the playoffs, then the deep playoff run last year, and then this year, all the question marks going into the season, and then you guys, I think, overachieved, defeating Maricosta, going into the playoffs. One thing that I think needs to be applauded and brought up about you and your coaching staff, you guys done a tremendous job. No matter who's wearing that helmet, who's wearing that jersey, at the end of the season, it's the same thing. You guys, the camaraderie and the way that these guys show respect to the community, to each other, to the coaching staff, to even us, and you can see their passion for the game, for each other, and for El Segundo. It's really, really cool to see, and I think you guys need to be applauded for doing a great job overall.
I appreciate that. It's a joint effort, and it's something that we talk about a lot since they're freshmen about what it represents to wear the uniform in all our sports here at the school, specifically for me, football. But it goes beyond just being on the team. It really does, and we talk about and preach about it with the kids that you're out there representing something greater, and you need to carry yourself like that because little kids are watching. We talk about grandmothers are always walking the track, and you got to watch what you say and be on your P's and Q's. And they understand that. I mean, the kids have great families and great support system. But I really think El Segundo's it's that kind of community that kind of wants that for themselves, but they want to be a part of it, and they want all of us to share in it. And that's what we preach, is everyone shares in it. And I think it kind of manifests itself as a product that hopefully we see on Friday night. So
Coach, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks again.
One more time. We can't wait for 2018.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Romero handing off to McEntee. He's got room to the left. He's going. One defender in front of him.
Good into this one. Romero, great punt. Good coverage by El Segundo. And number 14, Fralick.
Romero on play action. Throws deep. He has his man. And that's Josh Bellinger in the end zone. Touchdown, El Segundo.
With Kyle Freeman, fullback and safety. He is a senior and just finished his season here in Hazeltine Field. But I do have a junior, Matthew Romero, here. Overall, how would you grade yourself, Kyle?
I'd probably say I had a pretty good season. I would say probably B+ or B, around there. I could have improved on some things, but I think I did pretty well overall.
How about for you, Matthew?
Same with me. I'd probably give myself a B or a B+, just because there's always room to improve. But I feel like I did pretty good this season.
How do you think everyone came together as a team? You can go first.
I think everybody came together well. It was really like a brotherhood this year, and everyone was really, I don't know, everybody was optimistic this year, didn't know how it would go. All we knew is that we had some good seniors coming back and a good quarterback coming in, and we thought we would do pretty well, and we did.
And you are a senior, you are one of the 18 leaving.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to the young man right here that's going to be a quarterback senior next year?
I'd probably just say cherish it, because it goes by way too fast. It went by super fast for me, and I don't know, just listen to the coaches and what they say, and just when you go out there, have confidence and have fun.
Matthew, this is your first time starting, I believe, varsity.
Yes.
Overall, how were you able to bring your team together and be successful? I think it was an 8-3 record, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 8-3.
Where was the success there on the field?
It was just because we were all like friends with each other. Everyone was real close, so we had a lot of brotherhood right there. And then when we'd need help on the field, we could just ask one of the other players what to do, or because sometimes people didn't know the plays, and we just relay it back and forth to each other. So basically, it was just that we were all real close.
You mentioned some improvement. Of course there is improvement. You both graded yourself B's, B pluses. Where's that improvement? Where do you feel you need to adjust?
For me, I think just trusting my teammates more, because I felt like I didn't give them enough chances. But when I did give them chances, they performed. They did well.
Where did you see the improvement? I know you won't be coming back to this field, but where do you see that there can be improvement for this team?
I think that they can improve on their speed and also getting in the weight room a lot, because it seemed like kind of our last game, they kind of just were stronger than us and they kind of just bullied us like in the front seven being able to run the ball. So I think if we can get in the weight room in the off season, that they'll have a really good year.
Of course, now we're heading into holiday season. I know football has ended, break time, but what is next? I know you're going to be graduating. Where are you heading off to?
Well, I don't know if I want to play football yet. I'm looking at some Division III schools for football, like Claremont McKenna and Occidental, or if I want to go to kind of a big school like Notre Dame or Ohio State or a big school like that. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding.
So not only are you smart, you play football, go both ways, whichever, play football in your free time maybe.
Yeah.
Matthew, you have an off season, but it almost isn't an off season. You have to start training. What do you have in store?
I also have to play baseball this offseason too.
Okay, baseball, sliding, football field. Where are we transitioning here? How are we going to get you to slide more next season?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It's just not really me. I tried it once and it didn't really work out too well. So I don't know, but I'll definitely think about it.
Definitely put some thought into that, Matthew. Yeah. All right, and then obviously you have a whole nother season, but then do you have any thoughts of colleges right now? Or are you just focused on that senior season?
I'm just focused on my senior season for now.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
What a great season these El Segundo Eagles had. Losing 18 seniors next season. What do you expect from this team?
We definitely expect a whole lot of victories again from the El Segundo Eagles and another playoff run. They are losing those seniors, but they're also bringing back Gunnar Rogers, a big component on their offense and defensive line. Also, Matthew Ramirez coming back to lead the offense and the team overall. Now, Coach Shevlin told me a few minutes ago off camera that they're getting two new opponents next year in 2018. They're going to be playing North Torrance and Peninsula High School, so it should be interesting to see how the El Segundo Eagles match up next year against those two schools.
I have high expectations for those players. At Hazeltine Field, for Gideon DeLu, I'm Tolly Anderson. We'll see you next year.